I have another seedling to consider for recognition if you saw this growing in your strawberry patch. What would you think that it was? See how well we can focus here. There we go. Well, there's a really easy answer to that, and all it involves is dropping the trowel. This is a black walnut tree, of which my garden gets quite a few, and they really are. Unfortunately, weeds, I don't have enough space to just let them grow. Good little plants, if you did have the space. Quite a lot of very messy to get to food. I think it's pretty cool. Just the way that it's laid out, and the fact that it's got all of its minor roots intact. This is split. So, yeah, if I was going to pot that, it would be really easy to pot it. I'm, tempted just on principle. You know. You know how it is. So, it is May 1st, 2019. I'll just stick it there for the moment. And, I've got the usual here of a whole bunch of little potted plants. That I've got one in the ground out of all of these little ones, and these two here, are intentionally pulled out from where they were to get them reestablished in pots, then redistribute. Another one that I found today is, this might be another baby Saskatoon, but it was right in the middle of the path, and Saskatoons get about 10, 12 foot tall, so let it get established. My overwintered seeds are what make me think that might be a Saskatoon, because there's one in the Saskatoon row in here. I have quite a lot of hope that some of these might be plants that decided to come up, but I can definitely tell a few of them are not. And so it's getting about time to go through and weed out the things that I recognize as not being what I tried to plant in here, so that we can get a good, clean start for the things that I did try to plant in here. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm not sure what my success rate was with the overwintering. I'm really hoping that these warmer days and nights will start to give rise to quite a few more little plants poking up out of the ground in here. I don't know. But here's hoping. That's a fennel, which in this case is a weed. So, there's the little friend that I'm pretty sure is something. And then over here we have the very munched on yet another Saskatoon, another one from seed. So the more I can get from seed, the better, because that's a greater genetic diversity than just taking root cuttings. But these two larger ones that are in pots are the bigger of my two Saskatoons back here keeps sending off root runners and popping up with new little plants several feet away. And it's not my desire to let it slowly take over the garden, so I keep pulling those back, and I would like for them to slowly take over that blank spot in the hedge, eventually. So, then, back here, I did get the one weed mulch bucket dumped out. Gonna make sure it doesn't sprout a bunch of seeds before I spread it. And over here we have a ton of violets. Typically that would be my tomato patch. I'm not as good at rotating plants as one might hope. Quite a few daffodils still in bloom. The useless rhubarb is still doing useless rhubarb stuff. Mostly sending up seed shoots and having really green stalks that I can't eat. But the rest of the rhubarbs, 8 or so of the plants that are elsewhere, are doing really good, and they're quite delicious, and I kind of can't get enough of rhubarb, so I'm very happy about that. These are, I'll find out what color those are, probably blue or purple, knowing allium. And they're quite all over the garden. I hadn't remembered even what they were. This is a perpetual rhubarb that is also apparently going to send up seeds this year. They don't do that often, though, so it's not nearly as crappy of a thing. But this particular variety has honestly never done that before. It looks like my sage is about to bloom. Those are little buds there. The other rhubarb that is as substantial as the one that was just sending up a seed stalk is this one. And by substantial, I mean these stalks are really thick. And I'm really hoping that this one doesn't decide that it needs to put up a seed stalk too, because it's annoying when it does that. I would like to have at least 2 more rhubarbs here, but tucking them in between my fruit trees seems like a wonderful plan at this juncture. They love shade, and as a food as versatile as rhubarb, that's kind of rare. Got a bunch of strawberry blooms, so it would appear we're probably going to have strawberries this year. The raspberry shoots that came up beside the new plantings are all still doing really well. There are still no substantial signs of life on my new hazelnuts, so I'm hoping that they decide to live. I'm watering the crap out of them. But the one that's down there does have quite a bit of leaves. This is another really good rhubarb in here. The front yard is very little's changed. I'm just trying to keep that well weeded as it transitions to its new format after, as I slowly pull it out from under the tarp coverage. It's doing really well. Cherries and Saskatoon berries are starting to look like little mini fruits. Those are in the back. Yeah. So I'd say that's about what we're looking at here. I'll keep this one short because, there's enough to look at, but there's not a whole lot I haven't said very recently. So if you have questions, let me know. And enjoy the 1st of May. Happy May Day. Bye.